It's Google is trying to accommodate more to you as the property manager, as the asset manager, as the operator. The more that happens, the more it's a signal that PPC is going to be the future to connecting you and your renter. And you're not going to need that middleman like the Zillow, like the apartments.com, like the whatever other ILS that you're on. And I think that's the exciting part to me is I think I'm seeing more and more signs that ILS is going to continue to get almost pushed to the side. And obviously in today's conversation, it's a sad thing because we hate seeing multifamily colleagues lose their jobs. We had a little operator. And when I say little, I mean that respectfully. He's a smaller operator, I think newer to the game, out of Memphis. And he came to us back in, February?
That's right.
And he was just like, look, this has been 3 years and we can't get this property leased up. They've tried everything. They've done everything. They were even running PPC with a large industry PPC provider. We came in and we pulled all of their data. We pulled all of we built a funnel just like we do for every other client. Now he is screaming it to the high heavens to everyone that will listen to him that this is the roadmap, because in really in 3 months we stabilized that asset. And what he says is it took, for 3 years they couldn't move the needle here. Leasing season, not leasing season, they couldn't move the needle.
Well, and Memphis is just a tough market. I mean, you look at Nashville, tons of people moving there, going for to be students or just moving there because the industry. Nashville's a total poppin', city. Memphis is not.
Yeah, and I love that story because we didn't apply rocket science. We followed the multifamily math. I have an awesome team at Lead Start that built campaigns, that got everything organized. We did a website audit. We did everything we needed to do to be successful. And really within 3 months, a full prospect 90-day window, they got all the leases they need. And now we're pulling back the PPC spend.
Yep.
I love that. I love when clients can pull back their PPC spend and they can spend less because they've leased up. That means we've won. That means you've won. And that means we're going to have a really successful, healthy, long-term relationship. And this week's example is just another example of where I think ILS is going to continue to shift and try to convince you that they are ahead of the curve. There's going to be no better strategy than going right to your prospects. Get right to your prospects. Go to where they are searching. Get in front of them and convert them right there.
It's the same strategy that retail has gone through over the last probably 10 or 15 years. Everybody's heard about the DTC website, direct-to-consumer website. Why am I going to drop ship all of my product to Amazon and pay the drop shipping fee and pay the, the seller fees and pay everything that I have to pay? If I could take that same marketing budget and drive the same consumer directly to my website and get 100% of the profit, that's exactly what I want to do. This is just the next iteration of that for multifamily. They're finally understanding that the DTC revolution happened. Direct to consumer is the way that you keep most of your money, and you're going to acquire the customer at the lowest cost, because all the extra stuff that goes along with all the fees and everything, that adds up. It's real money.
Absolutely. They got to pay for that Super Bowl commercial somehow, right?
That's
and
right.
It's not going to be the way that you want. They're not spending that big the big contract that the big money, the big contract that you pay them is not going to improving your funnel. It's just not. It's adding noise at the top. And they're not going to be able to hit 25% lead to tour like we see with PPC all day long. So again, I asked the question, why would you not be running a PPC only strategy? If you have 300 units, you're going to need, even in a dire situation, you're going to need 10 leases next month. We can go get you 30 tours and 120 sales qualified leads in Google. I guarantee we can do that. So why do we even let ILS enter the conversation if we know their lead to tour is going to be half of what we're going to be able to do on PPC? Why would we even entertain that, that idea and that discussion, right? We should be spending our money where our consumers, like you just said, are living.